Hey guys, and welcome to our review for Dumbo, directed by Tim Burton, starring Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, Ava Green, among others.
Ava Green.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We're rolling with it.
My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
I'm here. I have no hat on this week. I feel naked without it.
You look okay. Also joining us is Tyler Sotolsky.
I'm here. I don't have any pants on. I feel naked.
That makes sense. And Phil Clark.
Fully clothed, feel fully clothed.
Ugh.
Fucking weirdo.
That's fucking
No
bizarre.
socks though.
Normie.
Tim, can you give us a little synopsis of Dumbo for the viewers?
Yeah.
No socks.
A struggling traveling circus on the brink of closing down finds itself gaining popularity when they discover that their new baby elephant can fly.
Ooh.
That's what happened.
Whoa, dude.
Spoilers.
Whoa.
Interesting. Dumbo remake of the Disney classic.
Yes.
Animated feature from the mid-century.
Very old movie.
60 years?
Third Disney movie.
70 years old? How old is it?
Third Disney movie.
It's really old.
Fourth?
Yes.
Okay, so it's from the 40s then?
Yeah,
41 or something like
41
that?
I thought it
Wow.
was.
Boy. Interesting.
They did Snow White, and then they've been Fantasia and Pinocchio, which apparently those two movies both bombed. So they were like, oh, we need to make a really short, easy movie. So they made Dumbo, which is 64 minutes.
Wow.
The original Dumbo.
That's quite short.
Yeah.
Phil, let's start with you. What do you think about Dumbo?
Dumbo.
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 Felt like a real Dumbo after this one. No?
Goofy. That was dumb, bro.
Very flat. Thought it was pretty boring, pretty stale. I think I maybe as a child, as a wee lad, I probably saw the original one.
That's a wee lad.
I saw the original, but I don't remember it. It's only 64 minutes, I guess, so
Yeah.
it's short. This
praise.
one was bizarre to me. I remember seeing it. I remember going to the theater. I remember leaving the theater. I don't really remember much of the middle, other than Danny DeVito was in this movie. He's the only part that really sticks out for me. Is yeah, he was there. He did that, and that Colin Farrell has one arm and probably the worst accent we've ever heard. I think you said that when he doesn't have the Irish accent,
His
you
movie's
just
bomb.
don't like it.
Yes.
And I did not like his accent at all. I didn't like any accent in this movie. I don't think there was one good accent or like a great performance or an interesting story.
Eva Green's didn't bug me as much as I thought it was going to.
Does she have an
Was she
accent?
Colette?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She was okay.
It felt like
Yeah.
someone was like, "Okay, do a French accent."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, oui, I can do a French accent." It was like,
Yeah.
pretty
it
good.
wasn't like, "Oh my God,
this
she's
guy.
French." It was like, "Oh my God, she's doing a French accent."
Oh my God, Eva Green can do a French accent.
I thought there was some cool choreography. There's some cool shots of the circus, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty." That's live actors. That's really cool. It's sweeping.
Practical is cool.
Yeah, some of it was like that's really interesting, but for the most part, I was like, "This is
Didn't hit for you.
no." It was like, "This is fine." Didn't really care at the end. It was like, "Cool, all right." That was a neat story.
Okay.
Danny DeVito's sure short, and then I left the theater.
That's what you took home from
That's
this?
basically what I took home.
Danny DeVito is short.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
but he did stick out for me. He's the only part that really I was like, "Wow, yeah." He wasn't.
I haven't seen him do a whole lot lately. I guess he's been doing Always Sunny, but
No, he's doing those Nespresso commercials.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
keeping him busy.
It's nice to see him for sure. Tim, let's jump over to you. What are
Mhm.
your thoughts about Dumbo?
I've not seen the original Dumbo. Never seen it.
It's very dark.
I got some trivia for this movie. Some fun little spots.
Okay.
I don't.
This is the third time that Danny
Mhm.
DeVito has played a ringleader in a Tim Burton movie.
Mm-hmm.
First time in Mars Attacks, and then again in Big Fish. Again in this movie.
Right.
We get a Batman Returns
Reunion?
reunion.
Yeah, for sure. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton plays Batman.
Yeah, with Tim Burton.
Also, 100% shot on soundstage. Even the exterior scenes shot on soundstage.
Completely.
Completely soundstaged.
I did have a bit of a Heart of the Sea vibe.
Yes. The outside shots looked weird at first. I'm like, why is the lighting on this all weird looking?
Did look a little.
And I was like, oh, because it's a pure CGI background and it shows.
Right.
This movie's so fine. We saw it with my friend Terry.
Shout out to Terry.
Shout out Terry. As soon as the movie ends, he almost yells.
He stood up, didn't he?
He got out. Yeah, he stood up and was like, "That was the worst fucking movie I've ever seen."
Fucking sad.
And I was like, "That's the worst movie I've ever seen." He's like, "By far worst movie I've ever seen." I'm like, "You need to see more movies. It's not terrible, but it is not good either. The dialogue is atrocious in a lot of scenes. Just like bad dialogue, acting is
Felt
bad.
unnatural.
Danny DeVito was fun. He was clearly having a fun time being back with Tim Burton, I think. Michael Keaton did something weird with his voice. Don't know what he was
going on
doing.
there.
With his hair.
And he has one scene where he has like a mental break at the end where he's like smashing stuff, and it's like some of the worst acting I've seen. It was brutal.
Did you see that one side shot of him like at the thing, like just like
Yes, he's just like hitting stuff. I'm like,
like it looked like he was faking the entire thing.
It's like they had a CG, like a green.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll just hit the buttons and then we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Dumbo was cute.
I might have been asleep.
Cute little elephant, I will say.
Did you also get the Heath Ledger vibe when he's got all the makeup on? And he's got like the.
Oh my
I was
god.
like,
Dumbo's makeup?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got like the clown face painted.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for someone to be like, do you want to know how I got these scars?
That was like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker look,
Yeah.
almost,
Yeah,
right?
It was bizarre.
Just like standing in the streets. It's just
But yeah, I agree with Phil. There's not a whole lot that's memorable in this. There's a couple cool scenes. Like I thought the bubble thing was pretty cool.
oh yeah.
They're doing like so. Dumbo, the original movie, is very famous for like a 4-minute like
Psychedelic.
scene where Dumbo gets drunk and then like pictures that or imagines this whole like weird elephant thing going on.
Oh,
There's one
heffalump.
elephant that's like made out of like heads of other elephants. It's weird. It's a very weird thing. So they did that a little bit with the bubble thing, which I thought was pretty cool. I remarked to you after the movie, I was like, if I was in 1919 and I saw like bubbles like walking around and stuff, I'm like, as an audience member, I'll be like, holy fuck,
I'd
that's
be
super
screaming.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't care that the elephant flies, whatever. I'm like, how are you making bubbles move? It's insane.
They didn't quite explain it, I guess. Like,
Was it in Dumbo's imagination?
I don't know.
It might have been.
They didn't. It wasn't explicit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, how could they? I mean, this is impossible,
Well,
right?
you saw that they corrected it, right? It was like champagne for the get that champagne away from the baby. Like they see how they corrected that little
Yeah.
bit.
That's
So
very odd.
it was just all up in his.
Was it?
Maybe.
Whatever. So overall,
But overall, not a good movie.
okay.
Not a good
Tyler,
movie.
let's jump over to you. Thoughts?
My thoughts. On
Yeah,
a,
general thoughts
on
and
a Disney Tim
feelings.
Burton film.
Mm.
I thought it was good.
But
No, that's it.
okay.
That's it. Honestly, I expected more. Like I expected it to be like when you think Tim Burton's going to be doing a movie with a huge circus theme. I expected to see like as you saw like we had like kind of like the dancers doing like the acrobatic act at the
More
like
craziness.
in Dreamland kind of thing. I wanted to see like big spectacles at like this thing, and I feel like it was really wasted.
Yeah.
Same with Michael Keaton. I think was hugely wasted as a character in this. Like he in no way did I feel like he was actually a villain. He just wanted what he wanted and he didn't get it. Like there was no, I didn't feel like he had like this evil dominating presence on screen. I feel like he was like his character was shit. Other than that, Dumbo looked pretty good. I thought Dumbo was cute, and I thought the CG was pretty good on that part.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I like that he was able to like when it took off and he was actually flying. It looked like he was actually struggling to fly with the weight and everything. I thought that was.
It felt really. It wasn't like he was just like floating.
He
It
just
felt
kind of
like
took off.
You had that like
There was-
bird
yeah,
momentum
yeah,
of, like
yeah.
flapping. And it was like
Yeah.
It did feel. It looked good, I guess.
Yeah, I like the whole bit
As
with
good
the
as it
feather.
could look.
Yeah. So yeah, but I think it was more entertaining for the younger audiences. I think.
Yeah, this was a lot more kid friendly than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's straight up kids
Because
movie.
Dumbo, the original, is dark.
Yes.
Like very dark, and so I was kind of thinking that this was
Yeah.
going to be like Tim Burton, kind of bring that in there a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of bring some level of darkness, but they handled the
it's
movie
very kid.
pretty safely.
This is 2019 Disney we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
yeah.
I got a couple things to add. I agree. It's very kid centric,
Yeah.
right? Just to add to what you're saying about Michael Keaton's character,
Mhm.
I think it's the same with all the characters. There's barely any characterization whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like they're very shallow characters, and they try and shoehorn this thing with Colin Farrell's background.
Mhm.
That's the only character you really get anything with, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't understand anyone else's motivations at all. It's very surface level.
Even that's very poorly done, I think, with Colin
Yeah.
Farrell.
Yeah, that wasn't really paid off very well. Like his relationship with his kids and that whole arc. Like there was no arc. I don't know. It was just that kind of fell flat for me. Overall, I didn't enjoy the movie. I do think you said it was shot all on green screen. Like there was some interesting visuals.
Yeah.
Like some of the shots looked pretty good, like the lighting, even though
it wasn't
might have been fake.
necessarily green screen. It was just soundstage.
Right.
So they had some sets and stuff.
Right. But I thought some of it actually looked good. Dumbo looked good. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't care like about the story. Really.
What story?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pretty mad. But you know, it's interesting. Like when that trailer, every time I saw the trailer, like it almost brought me to tears. Like it was such a good trailer.
The trailer that has like no dialogue in it. It's just like the music and
the song.
Yes, that trailer's really good.
It was so good. And I was like, I want that. Show me that. And I watched the movie. I'm just like,
I wanted like weird, like dark weird shit going on, and it wasn't.
I just didn't
You'd think
get
with
it.
Tim Burton
So
you'd get that,
Yeah.
but like
It was so disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say.
Yeah.
Just really disappointing.
Kind of feel like they checked the box. Like everyone was just like, "Yeah, we did it.
it's Dumbo.
We made a
It's
Dumbo
safe.
movie."
This is Dumbo.
Yeah.
Dumbo.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Well, let's give our ratings and we can jump into some spoiler talk. I'm going to start off. I'm going to go 2 out of 5.
I'll go heavy 2, 2.5.
I'll go light 3.
4.
It's a 5 then.
Would you say light 3?
Light 3.
Okay.
2.
2. Okay.
1 for each tusk.
Well, fair warning if you haven't seen Dumbo. We're going to be discussing some spoilery aspects, so you've been warned.
Mm-hmm.
Anything specifically to talk about?
Males have
Is there a whole lot there? The ending? I don't know.
Not really. I'm surprised that the mom didn't die, the elephant mom.
Well,
I assumed that was what Disney did, but even in the original cartoon, the mom doesn't die.
Well, they allude to the
Shots.
mum dying.
It's just like
In the
she
beginning
just
of the
gets
first
taken
one.
away, right?
No. I'm talking about the elephant mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not
yeah.
the actual kid's mom.
No.
I
In the
don't care
first,
about the kid's mom.
in the first Dumbo, like the original, the elephant's mom dies.
No, she does not.
What?
Yes.
She gets taken away.
She gets taken away, and then they come back, and she comes back, and
Oh,
yes.
I forgot that bit. I
Yeah.
guess.
Um,
I thought like because it's not as dark as I thought. Never mind.
But like the very end, I guess, was pretty flat for me. Like they just get out. Like how do
That's
they,
it.
just fly
It
out.
just
She just flies out with him. Seems like a really easy thing to do.
it felt like so easy for Michael Keaton to get what he wanted, and he just like didn't, because he was like, "No, I don't want to do that." Like if he just reunites Dumbo with his mom,
Yeah,
Dumbo will fly for him. Like,
Yeah.
every
and
day.
then he's like, "Yeah, I have his mom, but no, she's in Nightmare Land or whatever," and it's like,
Dream World.
okay, well, like this.
Why?
Why would
It's
you
just
just
stupid.
If you want this to be successful, just bring them together, and he'll do it.
He was like evil with no agenda.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's what I
Screw
mean
you.
with the motivation, like the characterization
Yeah, it's just
of him.
weird.
It's just
Why
like,
is he bad? Like
What's the reason here? It's
Yeah.
like there was a few characters that just were like animal cruelty people. Like
Yeah.
they just kept attacking the elephants and being mean to them. It's like, what are you actually gaining from this? I don't understand. Like
Nothing,
you're just
yeah.
cruel.
You're just
Makes no sense.
Like why?
yeah.
like if the
Like
entire,
literally why? I don't get it.
If the entire circus acted like that, I get it because that's like a huge case is that people are always thinking like, oh, animals are abused. Like if that circus is right. So if it was all of them doing it, I kind of give it a bit more of a pass. But it's just one guy being a dick. That doesn't make any sense.
It kind of goes into what we were saying about how it's like a kids movie. Like they're just caricatures. Like
Yeah.
in
There's
a
no
kids
real
movie,
characters.
you don't get into the depth of why they're doing it. They're just that's the bad guy.
That's the bad guy.
Right?
And
He's
he
just
got
being
what he
mean to
deserved.
The baby
Yeah.
elephant. It's like, cringe.
The other thing is, you said it like you didn't know what Michael Keaton was doing. Like he's just hitting.
It was playing the piano.
I
Obviously.
didn't get why they had that room.
Yeah.
Like they just had a control room. Like what? In the
Like,
1920s.
what year is this?
Yeah, like
What
that
fucking
are
year is
controlling
this?
the lights and stuff from like the
No.
central lookout tower. I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, like
These buttons
What?
control all of the candles.
what?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Batman, how like it's kind of this weird like future past thing. where
Yeah.
It's like
It's very
I don't know.
odd world in this place.
it's like steampunk or something.
Yeah.
It's like this weird alternate future. It's like in the past, but then it's also futuristic.
Yeah.
It's like bizarre. That just didn't fit.
What do you guys think of Alan Arkin playing the bank?
He was Alan Arkin, I
He's
guess.
very Alan Arkin.
He was very Alan Arkin, and
He was.
I
Alan
liked him
Arkin.
though. He was pretty good. He was pretty funny.
He was good with Danny DeVito,
Yeah.
and that just made it better for me. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
like, Danny DeVito's cool in this movie.
See, to me, this just didn't feel like a Tim Burton film. Like even though like you had like all these characters like
I like a Disney
Keaton.
movie.
Yeah, it was to me. It felt as if someone went to another director who was very good, but said, "Here, make a movie like Tim Burton would."
Yeah.
And this is what we got.
Yeah, it
That's
feels
what it
like
feels
someone
like.
in, like trying to do a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah,
What did you guys think about the kids?
the boy we got nothing from.
Yeah,
Like,
boy was a blank slate.
yeah.
The girl.
I think they're both the blank slates.
No, I mean like character wise, like I don't know anything about that.
Right. There's nothing
about,
to him. Yeah.
About the boy. The girl at least has
like we get that. She likes science.
But
She has
it's kinda
personality.
What was the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie where there was the sort of female lead?
Yeah.
Like her backstory was like she wanted to be like a scientist.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Ooh.
That was a cat
Cats
running
going
around.
wild up there.
Jeez.
They're coming. I called this day.
I forget her name, the actress's name, but who was in the last one.
Yeah.
Kind of took over from Keira Knightley,
Yeah.
but there was no characterization except that she just wanted to be like a scientist.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Beauty and the Beast, like same idea. Like it's very like you know they give him one character trait and it's like run with this.
Yeah.
Right?
And they like
it's pretty flat.
I thought they like bring in her like scientific method or whatever, like some chemistry set or something. Like, she's just like, no.
I like
she
science.
Yeah, I like science.
And that's it.
I'm going to the science, but it's like.
What are these things in this trunk? Those are my science kits.
Science things.
Okay. I guess that's it.
Well, I think that'll do it for our review of Dumbo.
Great
Where
film.
can
Go
people
check it
find
out.
us?
People can find us on
Why are you looking at me? I always say the same thing. If you don't say Facebook.
Facebook
Fuck's
at
sakes.
Upper Late Podcast. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at Upper Tim and on Instagram at Craft Pundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Tie. I only know the one thing. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You can find me on Letterboxd at Wicked Swami. I'll be uploading much more frequently. And I'm better. Follow me. I'll follow you back.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at Upreal Scott as well. If you like this video, leave a like on it, leave a comment below in the comment section, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. As always,
Hit that bell.
keep it real.